Hello guys and girls. So I was asked a question earlier this week about what advice I would give to a new bushcrafter. And gonna start off with the boring stuff, or the necessary stuff I should say. It is to respect local laws and public access laws and such, so you don't trespass. And the second thing is to respect nature and animals, and to be careful when you do your stuff, not to cut down live trees and stuff. Try to scavenge and find what's on the ground and around, so to say. Third thing is not to leave any litter, to leave no trace. And the fourth thing would be to just have fun and do it on the premise of the first 3 points I spoke of. When it comes to gear, I would say a first aid kit is very important. To have something that can take care of major wounds. If you put an axe in your foot, or you saw into your hand or something, and to have smaller band-aids as well, and wound tape and such, and painkillers, medication you might be on, and so on. And after that I would say stuff to make your stay pleasant, maybe cooking pot, or take a thermos of warm chocolate or coffee or whatever, have sandwiches made, or make some, whatever the situation dictates. And when it comes to tools, I would say medium-sized knife. I would suggest one of these if you don't have a bunch of knives already. A basic Mora knife. I put a sharpener on it as well. So that second tool would be a saw. This happens to be a Baku Laplander. I think it's an excellent saw. And this is a flea market find hatchet. I just dressed it up and make it look nice again, and it's good to go. So, and the thing is, if you find axes from the 60s, they are great quality. It's before the invasion of the Chinese cheaply made stuff. So you can of course get expensive gear as well, but if you're starting out, I would say, for example, a Mora knife is excellent value for the money, and if you get a knife in the comparable price bracket, it might not be as good. That's my personal opinion, at least. Opinel is another brand that's good. There might be more, but that's those knives I have experience with, so that's something I can say recommend. Another thing is to have some type of shelter material. I have a video on this bag here, and feel free to look at it. I'll put the link in the description box below. And when it comes to safety, a pair of gloves is always good to have. It doesn't have to be all skin expensive stuff. It can be regular work gloves. When it comes to where to practice bushcraft, I would say a friend of mine, he started a channel many years ago called Backyard Bushcraft. So if you have the opportunity to be in your backyard and train your skills, firelighting and so on, carving and the rest of it, it's a great place because you can go out and spend an hour, half an hour, practice some skills you've seen on YouTube or something, and or on the web in general, and then you're a bit better prepared when you go to the woods the next time, and you might have a bit of more purpose to what you're doing. So shelter building might be, natural shelter building might be hard in your garden if you're not willing to make a mess. But to train knots, tarps, setups, hammock setups, whatever it might be, pitch tents, it's a perfect place. It's also a good place to iron out kinks if you're going out for an overnight and you have a new tent, for example. You can go spend a night in the garden and see if it works or doesn't work, what doesn't work. So that would be my, and of course when it comes to bushcraft, firelighting is a big part of it. Everything from primitive firelighting to using a lighter to finding the right tinder in nature to making your own tinder and so on. So a good place to start is of course a fire steel and a lighter. That's the basics. Rest is plentiful with information on the web, so just to browse around and find what you want to do and copy that. There are also courses all around the place, all around the world I should say. So if you feel a bit anxious about doing stuff for the first time, taking a course might be a good first step, and to build confidence. But other than that, be prepared to make mistakes, to fail and so on, and just learn from that and don't make them next time, and you'll be good. So that's that. I don't think I have more. It's just a quick overview what could be a good thing to think of as a new bushcrafter. I would say thrift store finds pots and pans and bottles, whatever. Bring PET bottles. Don't spend a bunch of money in the first thing you do and think that you have what you need, because chances are you don't really know what you need. So and another thing, if you have the ability to try and make your own gear, that's also a great thing. That will help you understand how you can repair the gear that you have and so on. One of my best hammocks I made, I think 8, 9 years ago. It's a combined tarp, cot, bottom and hammock. So can be good. can come out some really great stuff if you try to make stuff yourself. So that's my advice, and I hope it helped. And if you're browsing YouTube and you look at channels, look for the channels that seem to know what they're doing. Might be obvious, but I'm just saying, if someone sticks a knife in the ground, they probably don't know how to use a knife, because you will dull the knife and there's risk of bodily harm as well. So I would stay away from people that do stupid stuff like that. So thank you for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye.